So this truck never took a crap on us before, and of course when I get all my cuttings and it's real hot, it's probably like 90 right now, it just took a crap. So now I have to load all these cuttings in the pots into this lawnmower, which takes forever. And you're always pressed for time doing this stuff. So now I gotta unload this, get it over there. I still probably got 200 cuttings to go, but I'll get it done. So this is where I'm moving the cuttings in to the shade house. I already got a few and I got to fill it up. I'm putting them in here because I don't want the cuttings in the intense heat right away. So I'll probably leave them in here for a month, and then I'll move them out there and keep it rotating until you put them out to be sold. So I just moved all the cuttings out of this potted into the shade house, which was like over 200, maybe something like that. I didn't even count. But I'm prepping the rest before I bring those cuttings in, and I'm just filling the pots halfway with potting soil. And when I get the cuttings, stick it in there and fill the rest. So I already got half the cuttings out. The ones you see here are ones that haven't rooted yet, so I just placed them over there, and I'm gonna give them a chance instead of throwing them away. You can see here they still have the leaves on them. They just haven't rooted yet, but they will. They just haven't yet. So we'll put them over here and give them a chance. These are the ones that still haven't pulled out, and we're doing that now. You can see here some of them look like this. So I'm gonna put those and give it a shot anyway. I'd much rather have it bigger roots on them. Let's see, I'm giving this a good tug. You can tell this one's pretty decent. Got nice roots on that one. This one's kind of small, but I will I'll give that a shot anyway. I got plenty. That's why you do so many, just in case you have a bunch that don't make it. Pull out another one. And you can see here, this is a thicker cutting, so it'll take just a little bit longer than the thinner ones, but they'll still produce roots. You can see that, nice ones too. And now you still put in a pot, little fertilizer, that sucker will take off. Just gently, that's what perlite is awesome for. Pull it out, tap that sucker, perlite falls back in the mist bed. You could use it again every year. Look at those roots. And see, I left these on. I think some of them fell off and these actually grew on in the mist bed. So here's a thinner cutting. Oh, I can feel that's got, look at that. That is a set of roots. Now when I put these in here, I think it was like, I want to say a couple months ago. I had to check the calendar, but it was kind of early in the year to do it. It was nice, perfect during the day, but at night, we were still in some nights the 50s and the 40s when I first started. So naturally, that's going to take longer. Look at that. The cuttings won't die in a mist bed if you do early like that. It'll just take longer to root. Like now we're in June, summertime, it's hot. It's in the high 70s at night. And during the day, it's in the 90s. So that's ideal and that's perfect for cuttings. Where you see a lot of people up north, they have to put the heating pads underneath their propagation beds, whatever they use, to help heat and make it root faster. So like that thing just has two little ones. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. We'll set it there. And see, that's why I like perlite, because you get this pull gently, like this one. Oh, that thing don't want to move. So we're gonna go down here, see if I can get it like this. Yeah, look at this. You see, that's a thinner cutting, and look how well the roots look. Nice big. You got your main roots coming out, and then you got a bunch of feeder roots. That's a really good sign. Since it's so hot out right now, I'm just taking a few, going over there, putting in a pot so the roots aren't exposed to the heat too long. Put this one over here, and I'll come back and get more. Put as less stress on the cuttings as possible. Look at that. Now you can see on this one, it's a bunch of main roots. But there's barely any feeder roots. There's like one here, another one there, a couple there. That'll still make it. But the feeder roots is really, really ideal for these cuttings. All right, I'm gonna go put these in the pot before I come back and get some more. So I'm potting them. Check that. Gosh, those look beautiful. So I'm just sticking it in, and I'm just gonna add soil like this. You don't want it to go too above where the root's at. You don't want it to rot. And of course, when I put the soil in there, I tap it a little bit and just gently press it down just to hold it in place. But all those roots will hold itself in place. But you don't want to pat the soil down too much because that's not good for roots. You want the roots to roam freely in that pot, not too tight of soil. And I'm standing up like that. It is fun doing this if you're into this stuff, if you like trees and plants. And it's like growing money on trees too, to tell you the truth. Because it costs me nothing to do these. Absolutely nothing. Maybe a little bill for the well to put off water, to water them, but pretty much that's it. There's that thick one. Look at that. Put this in the pot too. So, I think I did over 200 already. That's in the shade house. And I got about 200 more to go. So I'm gonna get this done. So here's the sweet viburnum heads in front of my yard that I got the cuttings off. This is where I get my cuttings every year. Basically, when I trim it, that's where I get my cuttings. Of course, I let it grow a little bit this year. If you were to keep it trimmed more, it would be even more dense and you wouldn't see through this. You couldn't even throw a ball through it. It's an evergreen, so in winter time, when you have a nice wall, it never loses its color or leaves. It stays green all year. We had a little kind of a hot summer last year. It was kind of a drought, and it did wither a little bit, and I had to water it. It never did that before, even all the other hot summers we have here in the south. But other than that, it handles great. It handles the winter. We had a freeze over Christmas time. Everything was frozen for 3 days, and this took it like a champ. Didn't even do nothing to it. The leaves didn't even feel frozen. It stood its ground. So this is why it's a poplar with a lot of people. They like to make privacy, walls, yards from neighbors. For here, we have it because we have the road up front. You can see the car going by. And it blocks all the light that shines into the house. 20 years ago, there wasn't that much traffic, but you know, things change over time. So that's why it's an awesome screening plant. So this is the branch from a sweet viburnum, and to make cuttings, it's real simple. You see these branches right here? You could do a cutting off those as long as it's down at that nub. Just get it right there. And I would take these bigger leaves off, stick that in a mist bed. Over here, you see where that's going down? That's a nud right there. I'm gonna cut it right there. This one I'm gonna make long. Down here we'll take this off, and you could even take it off like that and stick it in a mist bed. It will root. I got plenty of that rooted just like this that I grabbed from the mist bed today. Same thing, nud. There's 3 right here. You can make them short as long as you got at least 3. This is where the roots are gonna come out. That's where all those cells are at. You could even do it like that. You could keep ones with leaves on it, or do it just like this. Here's another one. We'll just get it down like this. There's a nut right there. I'm taking that off. This. Boom, boom. There's a cutting. So I got 370 sweet viburnum cuttings. I got them all in a pot. I'm just soaking them real good since they're new to the soil. If I was to sell each one of these right now for $10, that's over $3,000. You know how to do it right. If you're going to start a nursery, start off small and just go big. Don't try to go big right off bat. You definitely overwhelm yourself. But that's me doing my sweet viburnum cuttings, putting them in pots. Thanks for watching.